All right, so it's the end of June, but I'm still curious, what's new? Hey everybody, this is Paul, 125 Roller Coaster Challenge, and we're right here in front of the Kissing Fountain, right here by Canemonium, and welcome to our What's New in 2025 for Hersheypark. This year we're getting a little bit later season than we usually do with this park, mainly because when it comes to Hersheypark, this is our home park. We usually knock it out first, but this year I did not get the season pass, so I'm a little bit behind on getting into Hersheypark here, but you know what, we're going to kick this out there before July, so if you are visiting Hersheypark this summer, you're going to get to see everything that's new. We're talking about new food items, new rides of course, and even new merch, so sit back and relax as we show you what's new here at Hersheypark, the sweetest place on earth. All right, so we're here in the Comet Hollow section. Right here's the Comet. And of course, the newest thing that they got here is Twistler's Twisted Gravity. So last year I was here. This was the old amphitheater spot. And we're here during the sweet start there. But here's a great view of this brand new attraction here. And it's something that they actually needed here at Hersheypark. Hershey's got a lot of great things, but Thrill Flat Rides was kind of lacking. They got the triple towers a few years ago and stuff like that, but this is the giant tower, and it is the largest one right now in the country, so that is always a positive here. I know how they're always getting bigger. I remember when Serengeti Flyers and Finnegan Flyers were the biggest. Then of course the Six Flags Parks always want to have the biggest here, but later on in this video we're going to show you the it taking off and everything here, but all in all, this is the biggest new attraction here at Hersheypark. And like I said, it definitely changes the entire landscape here. It's hard to believe this is where I saw Weird Al Yankovic years ago. The overlook probably has a great view. So, but like I said, it's not going yet. This is the sweet start, but might as well kick off the video with what's new. Well, this is the biggest thing new for this year. All right, so you got the Jolly Rancher rides here, the mixed flavored by Jolly Rancher and Jolly Rancher Remix. But we're not here to show you that, even though, well, okay, we might as well show you this. It's not new, but it's still kind of cool. Gotta admit that's cool here, but what we're here is over here in the main food court, and right now we got ourselves a Nathan's hot dog right here with the truck. So over the years this has been everything from snow cones to mostly snow cones I remember, but now you actually have a Nathan's hot dogs here. Now I'm not a fan of Nathan's hot dogs. I think they taste like rubber bands, and yes, I have chewed on rubber bands, but for $7 you get a hot dog, cheese dog for $8, sauerkraut dog for $7 and stuff like that. But so that's new here. I always want to walk through here because there's always something new and exciting food wise here. This is the Flying Fair. We had this last year here, which is where you get your gluten-free stuff, gluten-free chicken and all that. And next to that is the pretzel place with the mangoes. And of course my favorite place right here is the cheesesteak place. I will be enjoying this later on today. Of course over here you've got the Subway, but this is brand new. Los Tres Cubanos. So this is Cuban cuisine. So before this used to be the Mexican bowl, but they changed that up now. It's all Cuban. You have yuca fries, you got Cuban sandwiches stuff. I'll show you that menu real quick here. But yeah, totally different flair here. So definitely changed it up there. And I can actually see why they did this because it kind of lost its flair when they got rid of the bowls. But here you've got Cuban cheese sticks, Cuban black bean hummus, a lot of different unique stuff here. And empanadas, those are great. Man, they got a lot of empanadas. Beef, chicken, buffalo chicken, pizza with pepperoni, mac and cheese empanadas, guava and cheese, and Nutella. Cuban bowls. Looks like they brought one off there. And you got desserts here and stuff like that. So, if you're familiar with the Mexican, it is now Cuban. So, Los Tres Cubanos. And then, of course, riding out here is, of course, the Chickies and Pete's. I did hear that Chickies and Pete's is now on the meal plan, which is nice. Something that, you know, kind of needed there, especially with the Philly flair. And considering Dorney Park, it was always on the meal plan here. So, but this is all different food things. The two big things are Nathan's hot dog right there, and of course, Cuban cuisine right there. So that's what's new over in the food court. All right, so we're at the Milton Hershey Fountain, and they are definitely changing up the different stores. And this one is now called Surfside Styles. This is a brand new store here. And here you've got a lot of different higher fashion kind of clothing here. Freestyle watches, And the price point on these are not kiddie here. These are kind of expensive and stuff. But this used to be a character store, but now it's a lot more, do I dare to say bougie? I want to go with bougie. Rip Curl, Roxy, this is all women's apparel here. So I did notice a lot of stores now are getting away from the just the Hersheypark and Dorney Park kind of apparel. And here they're actually going for like real different clothing stuff. Cashless club member and all that. So yeah, this store definitely got rethemed. And like I said, this is actually, it's almost like a mall store here in the middle of the park. And of course, they got Hawaiian shirts, which is always nice. So I might have to update the merch later on this year. But for now, this is on the what's new. Definitely more summer fare. And of course, right over here, you've got the end caps there. There is a little bit of Hersheypark there with the pinwheel, but most of the stuff here is pretty much very bougie. And it is now called Surfside Styles. All right, so we are right in front of the boardwalk at Hersheypark there, and a new place to eat here. We have a Gyro Place. So before it used to be empanadas, but now they got Yanni's Gyros, stuffed grape leaves, Hercules, gyro, falafel appetizer, chickens, skolanki, balava, and Greek fries. So that is right over here. And then of course right next to the Gyro Place is of course East Coast Donuts. So you got the food trucks back again this year, and this is where they're located, right out in front of the boardwalk. All right, we're right by the Play Dome, and every year I make sure I check here. This is the Burke's official hot dog stand here, right by the store. And every year they always have a new hot dog, and here it is for this year. They're $12, and this one's the Twisted Gravity, which is strawberry rosemary jam, feta cheese, and bacon brittle. Of course, they got the Trailblazer from brisket, mayo, and onions. And the Scrambler is new this year. Lemon and bologna, pepper slaw, grain mustard, and kettle chips. So those are the new Kosher dogs for 2025. All right, so we're here at the 1906 Grill, and a couple things here. They added the alcohol here, and just like a lot of places here, they have club tails, grape cocktail, strawberry daiquiri, Bahama Mama, and they have this super duper juicer spiked tropical drink here. So let me come in here. Like I said before, coming here for years, it's kind of weird to actually see Trogs beer and all that here, especially right in the front of the store. But here you can get different cans. You got Trogs, Perpetual, Double, Graffiti. Trogs is actually located right outside. But the slushies are the ones that got me, the strawberry daiquiri, the grape. They're $15 there and stuff like that. There's the slushy machines. So Hersheypark, they are right in the front there, right across from the Life is Good store. They actually have alcoholic beverages with the super duper juicer spiked tropical drink from Trogs. All right, so we're over here in the front of the park here, and the one thing I always want to show you is that store right in front of me here is now Life is Good Hersheypark. Now this store has gone through so many different changes over the years. It's crazy. So let's go through here real quick here, show you what kind of merchandise. But it's now called the Life is Good Hersheypark store. So let's show you all the different merchandise that's inside here. All right, and this is literally Life is Good, the brand. So last year this was a completely different store. I actually had like kids' toys and stuff, but this is all Life is Good apparel. And I think it's funny because it's been a while. I just don't really know what to do with this store. It's funny, every year, weapons of grass destruction. There's a bass there. Optimal is cooler. But yep, they rethemed it to Life is Good. Got some beach hats, which will look good there. Different hats and stuff like that. Come over here. Let the fun begin. So it's a very punny store here. Mama Bear, Dog Mama, all that. And here's a little display here. So basically, the store that changes every year is now currently the Life is Good store. All right, so we're right outside of Fahrenheit here, but I don't remember this Dippin' Dots being here before, so I might be wrong, but this looks like a new Dippin' Dots here right by the store. So I'd rather show you it and be wrong than not show you it. So let me know in the comment section if this is a new Dippin' Dots or I'm mistaken and this Dippin' Dots has been here the whole time. All right, so we're coming out of the Great Bear area here. So this is the Twisted Gravity, which we showed you in the beginning of the morning and stuff, but I also want to show you, they've done some landscaping here too. So The coal cracker is actually closed on a hot day, so that's kind of sad. But right over here is the overlook. But right here, it's right here on the top part here. So I actually had to fill this whole area in, which is kind of shocking to me. But what they also added was a staircase right here. So you actually got a nice little staircase that you can go right on up. So you cross the bridge right there by the Comet and you can come right on up here. So it's actually a brand new footpath that you didn't have in the past, thanks to this ride. And then when you come down this way, now there's a little baby swing, so it's almost the same thing, right? Right there's Great Bear, but right here the entrance is right here. So you actually enter from either coming down those stairs there, or you come over here, and this is where you enter Kosher Gravity. Right there's the whole signage and stuff like that. But then what I also like was this side of the Spring Creek you actually weren't able to get to because you had, well, the amphitheater. But now you can actually walk right here, and they got some shade and all that stuff. And you can actually walk this path, which wasn't there before. So it definitely opened it up here. But I'll be honest with you, I thought it'd be down here, not up there when they were building it. So I didn't expect that. But you would basically, you enter there, you go there, and that is the queue stairs. So you have to go up the stairs to get to the queue. So, all right, there's Sky Rush going and stuff. So you have this whole path here because something else that's new is the sky. Sky view is gone, guys. So right there you can see a couple pillars, but they really got rid of the sky view. So going down this path here, this is where the sky view used to have a turnaround right here on this concrete slab right there. So like I said, we always do what's new, but sometimes what's new isn't what's new, it's what's missing. And right here, that concrete right there used to be the sky view, and you used to shoot right across that direction right there. And it's kind of weird not having it here because I remember, I'm old, so I remember the old days when they used to have the big one that started all the way there and went all the way across to where Great Bear is. But yeah, sky view is now gone. Kind of like Anaconda. When I went to Anaconda this year, you can see the water. Here you can get really close to Spring Creek, which you weren't able to do ever because this was always the amphitheater. So, you know, a lot of things changing here in the Hollow section of the park. And you know what? I'm just going to wait here. I want to show you how far this ride shoots across. All right, I just heard it start going, so let's see how this bad boy looks here from the Hollow section. And then we got it from all different angles after this, but yet again, it looks really weird here, not having the sky view and being this close to Spring Creek. There it goes. Let's see how this thing looks as it shoots across. Great Bear getting ready to come in there too. There we go. There's a shot right there. Great Bear with Twisted Twistler. The Hollow does get loud now because this swing, Twisted Gravity, is pretty loud. There you go. Look how that thing shoots out there. That is crazy. Yeah, if you're looking for more extreme rides at Hersheypark, they got it with Twisted Gravity here. There we go. So that is what the view of Twisted Gravity from the Hollow without the sky view. All right, so we're over here by the Speedway. Right there is the Coal Cracker Log Flume, Kissing Tower, of course. But we show you everything, and it's kind of neat this year. I've seen a lot of places get makeovers, and in particular, this one right here has been so many different stores over the years. Now it is the Kosher Mart. So keeping it kosher, Hersheypark. So years ago it was over in the front, right over where the old Sky Ride was. But now they moved it back here to the back end. Right here's the line for Great Bear. There's our buddy. And right here is keeping it kosher. So the Kosher Mart is back and is now located aim for the Kissing Tower, and you'll find the Kosher Mart. All right, so we're right here at Twizzlers Twisted Gravity, but we're here to show you everything that's new. And the big thing that got new here is the Twisted Bowl, which basically, as you notice there, they have Twizzlers in there with strawberry Twizzlers. So this is over here right across. It's the bowl location, Ola Bowls right there. And this one, the Pro Bowl, is $15. Great Bear Bowl is the other newer one this year. That's $17 and stuff. But this is the newest one right here, and makes sense when you're right across from that. All right, so we're about halfway done with our What's New at Hersheypark video there. Definitely, if you like what you see here with our channel, make sure you consider our memberships. So we just started them this year, and for $1.99 you get exclusive shorts, you get exclusive full-length videos. You also get all of our trending podcast, stable podcast episodes, and so much more. Every 3 months you get a nice little giveaway there, keychains and stuff like that. So if you like what we do, make sure you consider our memberships. And without further ado, let's see what else is new at Hersheypark. All right, so we're over here in the boardwalk at Hersheypark, trying to see if there's anything really new here. The one thing about the boardwalk here is it is pretty much the same. Right, there's the Nathan's. Coming over this way here, you got the Splash there. So really the only thing that's new, I thought there might be a new food truck, and you know what, there is one. I like this. So we actually found over here by the Splash Pad Shoreline Spray Ground is Milton's Ice Cream Parlor, people. So we finally did get a ice cream parlor here at the water park, which is great. Here they got some flavors. They got vanilla bean, marshmallow, milk chocolate, cookies and cream, Jolly Rancher sherbet, and strawberry lemonade sherbet here. But right by the splash zone, you cannot pick a better place to put an ice cream truck. And this is a great looking truck too. So I don't know if you're if everybody else knows that this is new, but this is definitely new here. And of course they got the walking tacos right on the other side here. So I knew about the walking tacos, but I was taking a guess, and we actually got a brand new ice cream truck. Going again with the Rethemed Stores, right there is the Plinko and the old Sky Ride tower there. But this one is now the Puppy Love Save Rescue store here. So this is a lot of different stores that have been rethemed, at least 3, and you'll see here. But here they actually do have some unique stuff here, Hersheypark based. But this store has definitely been rethemed numerous times, but now it's Puppy Love. And here's some of the apparel there. You come back here. And of course, if you're a cat lover, this is not the store for you. But like I said, there's a lot of retheming of the stores this year, and a lot of different apparel. You do have some Hersheypark stuff here, but some of the other ones do not actually have anything that's Hersheypark based. But these are all, Hersheypark Dog Mom era, Puppy Love, and all that. Coming over this side here, they got the ones with the coasters and stuff like that. But yet again, another rethemed store. Oh, there's a cat thing. Yay, cat's getting a little bit of love. But it is all Hersheypark apparel, but it's all Hershey Puppy Love. So another rethemed store here at Hersheypark that we just noticed. This one is Puppy Love, right next to the kettle corn, which will never change. There will always be kettle corn. All right, so one of the advantages of this being our home park is we notice things that probably a lot of people won't notice here. So we're down here at the Spring Creek Smokehouse here, and of course they got the usual food, the brisket, ribs, turkey legs, all that. That's all the same there, but on the dessert, they actually do have strawberry pretzel pie, which I have never seen before. That is brand new. If you had it, let us know in the comment section. And they have the cinnamon rolls, but the strawberry pretzel pie is something that is new for this year over at the Spring Creek Smokehouse. All right, so something that's new is something that's been here for a while, but I never see it open. But first of all, you got the Evergreen Brewing Company here, and they got a lot of different beers here if you check it out here. I like how they actually show you all the alcohol now. Got Corona, they got Michelob Ultra. Never knew how much those were, but Evergreen is the main stuff here. Got Juicy Juice, Flufferhead, Wild Berry, Modesto, and Twisted Tea here. So if you're over here in the water park and you need a beer, now you know where to go. But the other thing that's neat is for the last couple of years, this has not been open, the East Coast Burger Works. So I'm glad to see they actually got this up and going again. It's been a while, so. But yeah, here you get the half-pound burgers, homemade chips, chicken strips. So the menu's not amazing, but it is a great location right by the Chickies and Pete's, and right there at the entrance of Boardwalk at Hersheypark. All right, so we're over here by the Claw, and another thing we've noticed this year walking through the park is they have a lot more different stands. Hello. And we have a stand over here, and they got a Aritas stand over here that wasn't here before, right across from the Chick-fil-A. And now it's not open today here, but it looks like this is more of a permanent stand that they have. So if you're over by the train, stuff like that, and you need a Aritas, like who doesn't really need Aritas, they actually do have the new stand right here in this location. So make sure you check it out. All right, so I make no mistake that the Philly Cheesesteak Company is my favorite there. And new for this year is actually, they got these different milkshakes here. And they got chocolate, strawberry, vanilla, and those are all $8.50. But if you want Oreo, it's about $9. But that's brand new for the menu here. But of course, if you're looking for a legitimate, good cheesesteak, definitely come here. Last year I had the meal plan, and I was here all the time eating. This is where I got all my food before. So definitely make sure you check it out. But new this year is the milkshakes. So yet again, chocolate, vanilla, strawberry is $8.50, $9 for the Oreo. All right, everybody. So we can't do a what's new without going into the Hershey Supply Company. So this is how you exit the park. Right there's the Grand Carousel. But every time I come here, in the beginning of the year, this is always the first video we do, because you actually go in here and they always have the newest and latest merchandise. So let's go walk in real quick. All right, a little delay there. But when you come in here, they always have the newest merchandise. And some of the stuff, if you check our playlist there, you're going to see pretty much a lot of the same stuff here. There's the Chocolate Town stuff that we saw before. But they always do update stuff here. Here's some new shot glasses. Car coasters, which are kind of new. Come over this way. I'm always interested in the roller coaster stuff, see if they have anything new there. So let me walk through here real quick. Super duper short. The classic is still here, guys. There's the new Twisted Twistler stuff. We got hats. Those are kind of nice cups. Let me get a little bit darker here. See what's over here. Oh, they got a tie-dye there. A lot of the stuff is pretty much the same as we showed before. So if you want to see a full walkthrough of the store and all the kind of new stuff there, definitely make sure you check our back catalog there. I think it's called merch from this year. It's a spotlight, actually, of what's new at the HP company here. So a lot of stuff looks to be the same. Got the squishy pillows, which I love. But always here in the front, you want to see some stuff. Like I showed them before, pass holders get a lot of new attire. And here's the 2025. And of course, you always want to see what the end cap is. So the end cap they have here is all about the Dark Knights. So this is brand new here. Merchandise, shot glasses, and the t-shirts there. So that's what you have over here at the HP Supply Company. All right, so we're over here by the monorail. And real quick, I want to show you this. This is Spiros. So I'm not sure if we had this last year or not. And it's not open today, but like I said, I'd rather show you something that I know it's definitely newish. So, but here you actually get different drinks. Mango iced tea, strawberry lemonade for $7. But it's all about the potatoes here on their sticks. And the spiral potatoes served with spices, beer cheese, bacon, and Parmesan there for $10.50. So that's basically what you want to do. So if you're looking for something different food-wise there, and I do love that they're getting creative with their food offerings here at Hershey, right here is where it is, and I'm sure during the weekends it's going to be open. All right, so I got a lot of friends who are season pass holders here at Hersheypark. Heck, I've been there forever, but the one thing they said this year is Chickies and Pete's is actually now in the meal plan. So I guess that means that Hershey bought that franchise, but definitely something new, because before we would never go to Chickies and Pete's when we had the meal plan, but now this year, Chickies and Pete's is on the meal plan. And if you don't know about Chickies and Pete's, they got great cheesesteaks. The crab fries are what they're definitely known for, but there's two locations here, one in the food court and one right outside the boardwalk. All right, so we just got off Lightning Racer, and you know, things that you notice here, they actually have who will win Lightning or Thunder, and this is a brand new thing here. So I think it's kind of neat that they're doing that with an older ride. I would expect them to do that with maybe Twisted Gravity and stuff like that, but and they had one missing over at Wildcats. I wonder if they just rethemed it over here from Wildcats Revenge, but it's something new, and we try to show you everything that's new. All right, so I know this isn't new, but it just always kind of gets me that how things have changed. So the 106 Grill has always been here. Life is Grill, new store. Character Essential is always there. But this used to be a sign store, and now it's Ula Bowls, which are throughout the park now. It's like 4 or 5 different locations. They also have the Pepsi 365 from last year, and they turned the old sign store into the fast fill, and they actually turned the old antique pictures into a bar. So things are always changing here at Hersheypark, and you know what? Some are for the better. So what's new? We're right here in front of Tidal Forest, and why is this new? Well, It's new because every year I hear people say that this ride is going to be going bye-bye, and every year it's still not going bye-bye. So it is full and it is a popular ride today. Big line for it. But I can understand why they might get rid of this, because of the fact that if they want to expand the water park, this is the only real direction they can go. But all in all here, every year I hear this ride's going to disappear, and it's still here. Kind of like Meteor, but Meteor did disappear this year at 20, so. All right, so here it comes. Let's see how this splashes. I found a dry spot here, and it is a dry spot. Everybody else got wet but me, but yep, Tidal Forest is here for another year, so it's not new, but it's still here. All right, so we're over here at Canemonium. That's not new, and that sign looks like it's been here for a while. But when I was on Canemonium today, I noticed something, and I don't know how they're going to maneuver it, but over in this area here, you can actually see, it looks like they're getting ready to start building some new stuff. So let me come over here real quick here. It's going to be hard to see, but from the ride you can see a lot. But they have a lot of land back here. And back there you can actually see they're starting to clear some land back there. And it makes sense because you can take this path right over to there and you can expand the park outwards. There's a lot of land. There's an old public golf course in that area too. So give you a point of reference, right there is Sky Rush, and right over there, right where they're at, is where the Spring Creek goes. Right there, you can see it right there. But right over there is a lot of construction, so can't say for sure, but it looks like that might be where the next expansion is going to happen with this park, which would be good because this is the only park I know where you're kind of at the end of the area. There's Sky Rush, but you're kind of like in the end of the area. You know, you sort of went into the park, and to get to like Wildcats Revenge, you got a long walk. So hopefully in the future, let me cut over this way again. I'm giving you some great views of Sky Rush, no complaining, but right over there, that seems to be where there's some construction happening. All right, so we got another view here of Twistler's Twisted Gravity, sorry. And I'll be honest with you, I did not expect it to be in this area up top of the hill. I thought it was gonna be lower, but let's run it through a quick cycle here, show you what this thrill ride does. It's gotta be crazy going into a hollow because it's gotta add another 10, 20 feet there, but all in all, this looks like a great attraction for Hersheypark. Look how it flies over the log flume there. And I think it goes beyond, yeah, look at it, it goes actually higher than 45, so, or 90 degrees. So it's definitely a great addition to Hersheypark. If you are a thrill seeker, you now have a thrilling ride. Now, will I be riding it? Not really what I do. But like I said, I don't have to enjoy it to say that it's a great thing for the park. And wow, that is extreme. I am very impressed with Hershey and the location they put it. I thought it was going to be more in the amphitheater, but it's actually at the top. So yeah, that's a great addition. That is Twistler's Twisted Gravity here at Hersheypark, the newest attraction for 2025. All right, so there we go. We're over here at the water park, and that is everything that's new for 2025 here at Hersheypark. Now, was it something that we missed? Let us know in the comments section. Was there something that we caught that you didn't know, being a Hersheypark fan? Let us know. And make sure you definitely check out our playlist at the end of this. And we got a lot of Hersheypark stuff. And can't wait to see you in the queue in 2025.